Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? I am doing wonderfully well. I came across this national parks calendar. Now, let me tell you how bad I am. This is an 18-month. Well, I guess I'm not that bad because it's 18 months. It's an 18-month calendar, and I got it in 2023. It's a 2023 calendar. So maybe I can use it beginning of this year, but truth be told, I don't really use calendars like this anymore. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm still in a digital age, let's just say. But I got this from Uline because I had ordered some products for my business, and I think once you go over a certain threshold, they send you a free gift. So I got this National Parks calendar, and it's made by Willow Creek. I haven't even opened it yet. But as you can see, 12 national calendars here. 12 national parks. It says National Parks 2023 calendar, 18-month calendar featuring 6 bonus months of July through December of 2022. Large boxes to record dates and special events. Includes moon phases, US and international holidays. Now, normally it retails in the US for $15.99 and in Canada for $21.99. But I got it for free, so I feel like I don't even want to throw it away because I want to do something with these photos as we go along. I don't know what, but all right, let's open this and get going. When it has the title on it, we're just going to bend this because I'm probably not going to do anything else. Alright. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I've heard of this national park before. Let me know in the comments if you visited any of these national parks and which one. I used to live, so I was born in Jamaica. I was raised in Miami, Florida. Lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and then we moved to California a few years ago. So in Florida, there's only one national park, which is the Everglades National Park, which I've been to. Everglades is around the whole state, so you don't necessarily have to go to like the actual, information area, tourist hub of it. The Everglades runs through the entire state of Florida. And in Georgia, I think, is it Chattahoochee? I'm not sure. I think Georgia has one, and I want to say it's like Chattahoochee something. I'm not sure. But then coming to California, there's like I think 9 in the state. So we've drove through. What's the name of it? I always forget the name. It's off of Pacific Coast Highway. Oh my gosh, it's going to bother me right now, and I cannot think of it. But I know this year we're going to be going to Sequoia National Park in spring break. We're taking the kids there because we're not far from there. Oh my God, that one is going to bother me now that I can't think of. Well, anyways, we're also going to be doing Joshua Tree because that's not far from where I live as well. So my goal is to get to as many as possible. I hope we stay in California, but I don't know if we are. We tend to move often. So if we don't stay, of course, I'm trying to cram everything in. But I hope we do. So this is Bryce Canyon National Park. And also what I like about living here is that some of these national parks I can just drive to. Whereas like in Florida, I have to get out of the whole state first to get somewhere. But California and surrounding states of California, there's a lot of national parks. So sometimes it's just a simple road trip to get to one. So right here at Bryce Canyon National Park, look at this. I don't know if it's like a stonework. I know it's all natural, but my goodness. Red rock, this is just, how can you describe this? This is amazing. You see nothing like this on the East Coast. I mean, nothing. At least I haven't. The terrain on the East Coast is more flat. And, you have mountains, like you have the Smoky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, but this type of red rock type of deal. And there's canyons here and there, because like Georgia has some canyons, but ain't nothing like this. This is just beyond. I do need to keep this calendar to scratch off the places I want to go. I'm a visual person, so if I see it and I like it, then it's on the list. Okay, so this one, let's go like this. Arcadia National Park. Arcadia National Park. So you have the ocean, but then you also have some rock cliffs with snow. So evidently this is nowhere warm, but this is still beautiful nonetheless. For the month of February, Arches National Park. Is this one Arizona? I should have probably looked this stuff up before. Or I wish they would have said it underneath. I've heard of Arches. I'm trying to think, is it Arizona? Like Sedona area or north of Sedona? I don't remember. I should have looked this up. Either way, Arches National Park. Like I said, the landscape on the West Coast is just out of this world, let me tell you. See, I love nature. I love to hike and I love to travel, so my husband could care less about all this stuff, but me, I'm like, get me outdoors as much as possible, please. White Sands National Park. How pretty this is. Honestly, this looks like the beach in Sarasota, Florida. Now that I'm looking at it, this just looks like the beach, or even the Carolinas, the ocean, like the sand, and I feel like I've seen something like this before already. It's pretty, but it's not like shocking me. And this was from March. Let's talk about March. March, we have Daylight Savings Time, Commonwealth Day. I don't celebrate that anymore. That was, well, I never celebrated it, but Jamaica used to be part of the Commonwealth. You have some countries that are still part of the British Commonwealth. St. Patrick's Day, Mothering Sunday. Oh, that's a UK holiday. That's probably like Mother's Day, right? Mothering Sunday. I'm going to guess that's similar to Mother's Day here in the States. Spring equinox and Ramadan begins. Ooh, Glacier National Park. Now I have heard of Glacier National Park. That's pretty. I feel like a Sound of Music scene here. Like the hills are alive in the Sound of Music. This is pretty. April flowers, April blooms. Spring, my favorite season. Well, spring and fall. And of course, you have April Fool's Day on the 1st, and Palm Sunday, Passover, Good Friday, and Easter. Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. But they made sure on the calendar to put income tax deadline so you don't forget to pay your taxes. And so just in case you need another reminder. Emancipation Day. We celebrate that in Jamaica. Earth Day. Badlands. I've heard of this one. Badlands National Park. Oh, that's, wow. That's something different. Badlands National Park is our May feature. And another crazy terrain. It's like I just want to go on a, not that I know how to ride a horse, but I feel like I need to just be on a horse and just, riding out through this. Some wild, wild west vibes. I wonder what kind of wildlife is out there. What do you expect to find? It's pretty. What holidays do we have for May? National Day of Prayer, Cinco de Mayo. Mother's Day. So I guess that's like the Mothering Day in UK, but Mother's Day. Armed Forces Day. Memorial Day. In Canada, you have Victoria Day. And in the UK, you have Spring Bank Holiday. Also in the UK, you have Early May Bank Holiday. Oh, this is where I want to go. So I was just talking about this national park. Yellowstone National Park. No, it wasn't Yellowstone. It was Yosemite. I was not talking about Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park. I think they're the ones that has like the sulfur, what do you call it? It's really hot. Can't touch it, you could die. Somebody died there already. I guess it's like a sulfur lagoon with like boiling temperatures, obviously. And they have it roped off, but you had like some tourists that try to get close and take pictures and actually has fallen in. So, but to see, it is pretty exciting to see. Now I assume these colors are enhanced, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a color when you see it actually, and just slightly enhanced, of course. Yellowstone National Park in June, Gemini Junes. So you have the Queen. This is in New Zealand. Queen's birthday. June bank holiday. D-Day. And so when they celebrate the Queen's birthday, it's New Zealand, UK, Australia. You also have Flag Day, Juneteenth. We celebrate that here. Father's Day, as well as summer solstice. And in Quebec, you have Saint Jean-Baptiste Day in the month of June. I already know where this, I don't even have to remove this. I didn't even know this was in here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all where this is right now. This would be Everglades National Park. And I am correct. Because there's nothing else that looks like it. It's a straight up swampland. And I actually used to live, when I was living in Florida, I used to live like 15 minutes from the Everglades. I'm a fan of saltwater fishing, but every blue moon with my brother or my husband, we would go freshwater fishing just for whatever. And we would go to the Everglades. It was so close to the house. I'd also go shooting over there. They have a gun range over there, an outdoor gun range, which was my favorite, Trailglades gun range. I'm pretty sure it's still there. And then we used to illegally shoot across the street from it. I don't even know you can access it anymore, but there were some woods, part of the Everglades, and you can walk through there. And then there was like a big rock that we used to set up like Coke cans and all the stuff on and shoot out there. I shot friends that had guns and whatnot. We used to go shooting out there. But anyways, so it's not far from our house. We go fishing. Actually, one time I went fishing with my husband and I hooked a gator. I was by the edge of the water, not so smart, but I was still just keeping cautious of my footing and anything lurking right there. But I hooked the gator. I saw the gator before he had hooked, and he was swimming to it. And I was like, this gator's going for my line. He's going for my line. He's going for my line. And pulled. I never dropped that fishing rod so fast in my life. I screamed, and my husband was so mad at me because he was like, get it. Because the gator was obviously pulling it in. But he was able to run to it in time and yank it up and pulled really hard and latched it out of his mouth. Yeah. That was my little gator moment in the Everglades. So in July, you have Canada Day, Independence Day, of course, for us in the States. Bastille Day in France. And Battle of the Boyne. I don't know. Is that North Ireland? I'm not sure. Oh, I don't even think I ever know this park, this national park. I didn't even know this was a national park. Theodore Roosevelt National Park. I don't think I know this national park. Did you? Have you been there? Let me know, because this one is new to me. Okay. If this is the highlight of the national park, I can pass on this. If this is a highlight. If there's other parts of it that looks like really more, serene or whatnot. Unless I just want to check national parks off my list. Maybe I'll do that too. Just say that I've been there to check as many national parks off. Excuse me. There was this boy. He was on the news. A young man. I shouldn't say boy, but there was this young man on the news. Very close with his grandmother. You guys might know this story. So it came out probably in like 21, I think. Was it before COVID or right after? But her wish, she wasn't in ill health to my knowledge. She wasn't dying or anything, but she was old, right? And before she died, she wanted to visit every national park there is in the States. And he made it his mission to take her, because he liked to do these type of things, but he didn't think to take her along. And I think they completed it in a year or a year and a half. That he took her to every single national park there is in the United States, and they checked it off the list, every single one of them. And it came out on the news. I don't know what station, but they did a feature on them, and I always remember that. I'm like, that's a very sweet thing for a grandson to do, but very impressive for a grandmother wanting to do that herself. And I think at the time that she started, she'd maybe only been to like a few, probably less than 5. So to have that as your dream and to have the energy to do all of that, that was very inspiring. I'll never forget that story. All right, so in August, we have more bank holidays. I have no clue what that is, really. Is it just saying the bank is closed? I don't know. Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Well, there's no parentheses saying which country this is, so I'm assuming that's in the United States, but I've never heard of that holiday. August doesn't really have much holidays, I don't think. Yeah, not really on here. At least none that we celebrate, just bank holidays. Grand Canyon National Park. I still have not been. I feel like everybody, my mom has been here, my husband has been. I have yet to go. My husband's been before we got together, so. This is beautiful. That's where they have the that horseshoe bend too. I want to see that. Some nice photos. See people taking of it there. But again, this landscape is like no other. Like, where else do you see this? In this country, at least. Other countries, maybe. And I assume a lot of you have probably been here. I'm probably the slow poke that has yet to go. And honestly, I don't live that far from it. I could drive there. I just need to hurry up and do it. Very beautiful. All right, so September is Grand Canyon National Park, and we have Father's Day, we have Labor Day, Grandparents' Day, Patriot Day, Rosh Hashanah, Independence in, what's MX abbreviated? I'm not sure what that's abbreviated for. Oh, is it Mexico? Independence Day. Is that a Mexican holiday? It's either, because again, this is 2023, so it's either September 16th or the third Saturday of September. Let me know if that's Independence Day in Mexico. You have the UN International Day of Peace, Fall Equinox, Yom Kippur begins at the end of September. Begins and ends. And Sukkot, I've never heard of that one. Sukkot begins. September is busy. Oh, another one that I want to go to. Grand Teton National Park. Wow. I'm gonna assume this is the fall time of the year. I'm sure it is. And let's just hope this is not like fully fabricated. Obviously, these are professional photography photos, so they have to be enhanced in some aspect. But let's just say, even if it's like half of what we see here, how beautiful is that? With the mountain behind and the clouds. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Grand Teton National Park. Let me know if you've been. October, we have Columbus Day celebrated here in the States, as well as Indigenous Peoples Day. And in Canada, in October is Thanksgiving Day. We also have Bosses Day, Sweetest Day. Sweetest Day, what is that? And that's obviously celebrated here in the US because there's no other country abbreviation next to it. Sweetest Day. And then Halloween, which you know. All right, November. I don't know this park. Is it Haleakala? I'm going to say that wrong. Is this in Hawaii? Is that the one where it snows and they can ski in Hawaii? I just learned that too, that there's an area in Hawaii that snows and you can go skiing. I thought I was looking at the wrong place when I saw that. But like, yeah, it's there. Haleakala. I'm probably saying that wrong. National Park. I don't know this one. I wonder if that's the one in Hawaii. I don't know. Okay, so November we have All Saints Day and All Souls Day, Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. And that's early November, celebrated in Mexico, but now also being celebrated here in the States by Mexicans, Mexican Americans. You have Daylight Savings Ends, Guy Fawkes Day, that's in the UK, Election Day, which we're going to be having this year. Veterans Day observed, Veterans Day, Diwali, Festival of Lights, if I'm not mistaken, in India, celebrated all over the world from different cultures, well, Indian cultures, but mostly celebrated in India. Mexican Revolution Day and Thanksgiving Day. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. This is just talking about this place. Yosemite National Park, which borders California, but then is it Nevada? It's like part of it is in California and the other part of it is in, I think it's Nevada. I think. If I get that wrong, don't come for me, please. But I want to check out this place. I had some friends that have gone different times of the year. I'm still debating on when I want to go because, I mean, like, in the fall is beautiful, but my God, the winter is stunning. But the winter is just harder to get to, obviously, because of the terrain. If there's ice on the road, etc. But the winter is majestical. So I'm thinking maybe spring when the ice have cleared, but you still have some snow-capped areas and some snow on the floor, but it's not like super, super cold. I'm thinking spring is what we might aim for. Not this spring, but hopefully next spring, because this spring we're doing Sequoia. But I definitely want to get there. That place is beautiful. From the pictures I've seen, oh my gosh. And I have friends that go all the time. Like, they'll leave Southern California, they'll break it up in Mammoth, and then they'll continue on to Yosemite. and then come back and break it up in Mammoth and then come back down. It's like they're driving, so they make it a full-on trip. All right, December for Yosemite. December, we have St. Nicholas Day, Hanukkah begins, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. That's definitely, yep, December 7th. Fiesta of Our Lady of Guadalupe, yeah, Mexico, MX, Mexico. Hanukkah ends. Winter solstice. We have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Kwanzaa, and that goes all the way till January 1st. And then you have St. Stephen's Day and Boxing Day in Canada and the UK. But in Jamaica, we also celebrate Boxing because we were under British rule. We used to be under British rule. So a lot of things that they celebrate in the UK, we still celebrate in Jamaica. One of them being Boxing Day. And then I know in Puerto Rico, Boxing Days, well, is it? No, Three Kings. Three Kings in Puerto Rico. And then New Year's Eve. And that's it. National parks, national parks, national parks. So I would say out of all of these, well, definitely Yosemite is like the top of the list. And Grand Cayman too. I want to see Teton for sure. There's some others though that I definitely want to see that didn't make this list, but I appreciate this none the same. Let me know below where you guys have visited, which national parks or even state parks, what were your favorite, and if you have any recommendations of when to do Yosemite, because I really, really want to go, and I just don't know when I want to plan it for what month. So if you have any tips on that, because I heard it's pretty, Yosemite is like one of those that you really have to plan out, because if you're not there a certain time, like they turn you around, like it gets packed. I don't know how the parking situation is. I'm sure there's many accesses to get into Yosemite National Park, but it's a very busy national park, and because of that, they block off like the entrance. Or I think my friend told me one time they got there about 11 or 10 a.m., which really is like late, and it took them 2 hours and 15 minutes just to park from the time they entered the park to park. So I'm an early bird girl. I don't know what time they allow people to get in there, but look, if it means getting in there for 7 o'clock, as long as there's light so I can see what I want to see, we'll get there that early. So let me know if you have any tips on that. When's the best time to go? How early do we need to be there? And when we do go, I'll be sure to do a video of it, as well as when we go to Sequoia. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care for now. Bye.